Hello everyone, welcome to the Smart Algorithm. Today we will discuss about the serialization in Java. How we can implement serialization, why do we need serialization in Java, and we'll cover some important interview questions as well. So let's get started. Before we start, please subscribe my channel as it is new channel. Please support me. Thank you. So let's discuss what is serialization. So serialization is the mechanism of converting the state of an object into a byte stream. Means we are writing a state of Java object into like file memory, that is called serialization. So now let's talk about the deserialization. What is deserialization? Deserialization is the reverse process where Java object created by byte string. So this is the reverse operation uh, of serialization. Let me show you how we can serialize a Java object and how we can deserialize the same object. So before that, let's discuss on few points like why do we need serialization? So there are some reasons like to traverse the object over the network. Like if we are writing instead of an object, and that byte stream will traverse over the network, and then after that we can recreate that object by using deserialization. Another reason is cross JVM synchronization, as byte stream is platform independent. So uh, any object that is serialized in one platform can be deserialized in another platform. Another is persistency. So we can save the state. And the fourth one is deep copy. So serialization create the deep copy of any object. So you can learn about the deep copy and soft copy of object. Um, there is a separate topic. So let's understand how we can achieve serialization, how we can serialize any object. Let's go to the Eclipse. So let me quickly create a project, Java project. Um, Let me name it serialization example. Okay, let me quickly create one package. Com, com dot serialization. So I'm creating one class, which object we are going to serialize. Like we can name it employee class. So before proceeding, where we can focus on some important points on serialization. Let me quickly um, go through all the points. First one is byte stream are platform independent. As I said earlier, that byte stream are platform independent. It means object that we serialize on one platform can be deserialized on another platform. Second one is object which we want to serialize. It must class must implement the serialization interface. So let's understand what is this second point is saying. Sorry for that. So if any class that is going to serialize must implement the serialization interface. So this is the marker interface, the serialization interface. Let me show you how we can implement. I'm creating this employee class. So sorry, its name is not correct. Let me correct the name employee. Now its name is employee. I have some properties, employee properties, like public int ID, public string name, Let me name it serialization writer. Let me quickly write the main method. I will use file output stream fs equal to new file output stream. Let me write the name of my file in which I'm going to write my file. So let me name it data.txt. Then I will use object output stream equal to new object output stream, and it will take the FOS. So it is indicating me that I should handle the throwing exception, file not found, and another exception is IO exception. So I'm using two class now. Just write the um, state. Before writing, let me create one object of employee class, because we are going to write the state of employee class. Employee equal to new, and let me create a constructor here. Let me create the constructor using fields. So it is just created one constructor with ID, name, and salary. With this help, I will create the employee class object. ID is 111. Suppose name is Alex and salary is 20,000. I hope we are clear till now. If you have any doubt, please write me in comment box. I will try to solve your queries. So I'm going to write the state, write to employee. Sorry, it will use the write object method. So let me write a message sys out that serialization completed successfully. Okay, let me run this program, and it printed serialization completed successfully. Okay, let me write serialization reader, where I will deserialize. So this class was for serialization. Now I will deserialize. Serialization reader. Let me write the same thing. Main method. I will use file input stream this time. File input stream FIS. FIS equal to new file put stream, file name, give the file name. File name is data.txt. So data.txt here. This time I will use object input stream. Object input stream equal to new object input stream, and this time I will use FIS. It is indicating that I should handle the exception, like file not found exception. You can check out my video on the exception handling. I already covered the exceptions. Now I will use the read object method to deserialize the object, and it will return me employee class object. Employee employee emp. So I need to cast this class, and I think it will be throwing an error. So class not found exception as well. And let me write the message that deserialization is completed. Got it. So we deserialize the same object that we have written through the serialization writer. So let's quickly write some properties that we serialize, like employee name, employee dot. I think I have taken this public, so I can write the ID directly, and I will write the name as well and salary as well. Name dot salary. So let me quickly run this code. So it has printed ID, name, and 2000. Uh, because we have written the state here. Let me change this salary, and let me quickly run this code again. So serialization has written the state of this employee class object, and same state will be uh, read by this uh, deserialization, that is serialization reader. So this is how we can write and read the serialization state. One more thing that the interviewer asks you, that what is transient keyword? What if for some keyword, like we have employee class, thousands of uh, we can have thousands of properties in one class. So if we don't want to write some properties, then what would you do? So in this employee class, we can have thousands of properties, like employee have city, address, pin code, um, many things. Uh, so if you don't want to write some properties, like employee also have their phone number, and you don't want to write that phone number because it's a personal thing and you don't want to disclose it. So like I also have public long mobile. Okay, but let me create the constructor, as I have added the mobile. So this dot mobile, sorry, suppose I'm not giving the mobile here, I'm creating my object without my mobile. So let's cover first this question. Suppose I have mobile also, so what will happen if I don't give the mobile here? This time we also have mobile. Let me write this state again. Serialization is completed. Let me read this object, and sorry, let me print the mobile as well. So I have written the mobile as well. Okay, so let's quickly so it is printing 0. So interview can ask you, if I don't provide the initialize any variable, and what will be the value, what it will print for that variable. So it will fetch the default value of that variable. Like for long int, the default value is 0. For a string, default value is null. So if we didn't provide any value to our properties, object properties, so it will print the default value. Now let's understand the second question. Suppose I also provide the mobile here, long mobile, this dot mobile equal to mobile. I'm also providing the mobile as well. So here, while creating object, I will also provide the um, mobile, something like that. This is my mobile number. Let me quickly write this state and quickly read this state. So this time mobile number is also printed, but I don't want to. I will provide the phone number while creating object, but I don't want to serialize my phone number. So what will happen if we deserialize the same object? So I will simply mark is transient. Mark my this phone number transient. So interviewer can ask you that what is transient keyword. So let me quickly write this again and let's read it again. So this time mobile number is not deserialized. So interviewer can ask you about this transient keyword. What is this transient keyword? So transient, if you don't want to write any property of your serialized object, then you will use transient keyword. If you don't want to any property, so that's why we use transient keyword. And another question may interviewer ask you that what is what if I mark my any variable as static? So what happened? What will happen? So let's check it out. Uh, Let me write the same object as well. This time I mark my ID as static. So ID also not serialize and deserialize. So for static variable, the default value will be there. Okay. So we have covered three questions. Let me so let's quickly understand one more interview question that interviewer can ask you. What will happen if I write the transient keyword with the steady variable? Like I'm writing because we have discussed that if we write mark any uh, properties transient, then it will not be serialized. So what will happen in case of static? So let's write this again and let's read it again. So the idea is also serializing and deserializing. So you need to remember that in case of static and final, transient keyword is not impactful. So this is the tricky question interviewer can ask. So this is all about the in this video. I will cover the custom serialization in next video and what will happen in case of parent class is serialized. Let's understand one more thing. That is one exception uh, we already discussed. If I don't mark this class as serialization, so I'm removing this line. So let's quickly understand this. Interviewer can ask you like this time it is throwing error, not serialization exception. So if we are serializing any class, so it must implement as we discussed earlier in starting in video. Said then that it class must implement the serializable interface. Otherwise, it will throw the this type of exception. What exception? Class exception name is um, invalid non-serialization exception. Sorry. Let me run it again. A not serializable exception class. So I hope you understand many scenarios, many interview question, and in this video, uh, we already cover many questions. So in next video, I will cover more. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe.